Truck's been torn apart since July. Tore it apart to do initially it was just replacing the cam sensor, but it broke off in the timing cover. So I decided to just pull the oil pan since it had been leaking for a while. To replace the front timing cover. So it's now December, practically January, and just getting back to it. So when I pulled the oil pan off, I expected to find pieces of the cam sensor in the pan. I knew pieces fell behind the timing cover and down into the pan, but I also found pieces of the timing tensioner in there. So I tried the heat method of heating the crank pulley up and trying to slip it on the crank quick, and that didn't do the trick. So tomorrow I'm gonna go out and get some threaded rod the same size as a crank bolt and make my own install. I struck out at Lowe's, so at this point I think I'll just order there's a longer LS crank bolt you can buy. I'll order that and drive it on with that. I was able to try the torch method again and get the pulley on the crank, and then I got about probably 8 threads in, 8 rotations with my factory crank bolt. So then just impacted it in and it seated itself the rest of the way. So now I'm gonna just put some thread Loctite on the threads and a little bit of silicone on the face here. The crank pulley's on now, crank bolt in, Loctited, should be good to go. Now I just have to prep the block for the oil pan. Make sure that the timing cover is seated right at the bottom of the block here. The timing cover, throw the pan on, and then start working on the front accessories.